Greetings. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Dustin Cormier, and welcome to How to Rock Astrology. Today we are going to be talking about Mars in Libra with the Sun in Capricorn. Welcome. This one's a cool one because Mars, ever the Sun's right-hand man, is in Libra, which is the 10th house from Capricorn, where the Sun is. So they have a square going on here, but it's not. There's a lot of cardinal activity going on here, much impulsion towards ambitions and the noble expression of the spirit. But I'm a Vedic astrologer. I kind of consider that just because there's a square there doesn't necessarily mean that there's a bad tense energy. There is an interaction in that they're both cardinal. But I don't think that this is a bad energy at all. I'd read this as a good energy. Mars is in the 10th house from the Sun, which is a good thing. Mars in any 10th house from anything always does the best in relationship to that thing. Mars is best in the 10th house because it has strong digbala there. It's better when it's being seen by everyone and it's judging itself by its work rather than by its feelings. And with regards to what the Sun does, what Mars does really is where the Sun shines, if that makes sense. Because the Sun is in Capricorn and Libra is the 10th house from Capricorn again. Now, this isn't the same as having Mars in your 10th house, but it's in the 10th from your Sun, which means that it's like the 10th house of the spiritual impulse. Mars does what the Sun needs to be seen in the world, and that's, of course, business contracts, being seen by other people, having an impulse to be sensitive to what people like, other people's psyches, so that the Sun in Capricorn can have a good social sense to climb the ladders that it wants to climb. It's actually a super deadly combination for one's capacity to climb, to go places, and really to, even romantically speaking, to really be like a good potential lover. Having Mars where this position is, it's like you'll probably know what's sexy. You'll definitely be into the idea of performing with Mars, and you'll get used to doing that in the Capricorn way, which can be super horny. Capricorn Sun can be a horny old dog, male or female. Of course, the goodness of this whole like this could be a person that bags like the type of lover. It's the fact that Mars in Libra is possibly likes to be seen with the lover. It uses, like, the Sun in Capricorn is using Mars to help express itself, which the Sun does for everybody. Mars does for every Sun. Mars is the right-hand man of the Sun. It's the army chief, Mars. And the Sun is the king. And the king wants what's best for the kingdom, so it pushes to sacrifice, to move itself into what's the most noble, natural expression of the self. And Mars does what it does in order to make sure that the Sun has the materials it needs to keep going and keep being inspired. That's what the Mars does for everybody. And here, being in Libra, it uses social interactions with people around it, and a sensitivity to diplomacy, and to connecting with people. It does that in order to do what the Sun wants. The Sun being in Capricorn here. So I think it's a good combination. So, Mars in Libra, if we just look succinctly at that, Mars in Libra asserts self. So this is coming from Stephen Arroyo's chart interpretation handbook. Mars asserts itself sociably, cooperatively, charmingly, with direct relatedness. That is how it asserts itself. And this cooperation is very positive for Capricorn. There's a desire in this Mars and Libra. Mars and Libra desires to harmonize all polarities underlying one's will. So they have a desire to harmonize all polarities. And that desire is what causes them to move ahead, to move forward, which is like they could do really good things for like their bosses and just for a working environment. The Capricorn here wants to organize people in a way to something constructive kind of for them and for business and for what have you. And the Libra knows how to push that into the social sphere in a way that doesn't seem like too bad of a heavy of a boss, but it's still passive aggressive. It's kind of like the boss from what's that movie? No, not Workaholics. There's an old movie where there's a boss. The boss is like, yeah, you know how we have like a break? We've got the day off tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to need to come in tomorrow. Yeah. And it's like this passive aggressive thing, but it can be like that if Venus is not well placed and if Saturn is not well placed. But ideally, if Saturn is well placed, this person will express the sun well, organize people well, and be tough and disciplined at it. And if the Venus is well placed, these two will work together, especially if they're in harmony with each other, Venus and Saturn. It's an important thing for this person because that would help with the harmony of Sun and Mars. If the Venus is well placed, they'll get some fulfillment out of Venus wherever it is. Here, Capricorn's not ideal because Capricorn, that's where the Sun is, and the Sun and Venus don't like each other. But if Venus is in Aquarius or Pisces, those are great places for Venus. Better than the other way. Aquarius and Pisces, I mean, because the closer it gets to Pisces, the better. The Venus here will show whether this Mars in Capricorn is successfully including the joy of connecting with people in its business directives and making that an important thing and getting fulfillment from it. If the Venus is in Pisces, then every interaction with people through the Mars in Libra will be joyous, will be an interaction, and it'll be special. And it won't come off as too pushy and egotistical. But if that Venus is not well placed, if there's a good Saturn in there, this person's a business person. And if the Venus is not well placed here, that Mars in Libra will come off as just pure using people to get what they need. And if this is you got to dig that it's could be part of what you are. You know, you just don't want to use people too heavily. I mean, you don't want to use people at all, but we all have our odd karmic shadows that we got to deal with and through. This person in particular, if they need to do that, if you need to do that at your job, I don't know, you're a Capricorn, so I'm going to trust that you understand what I'm saying here, which is you got to do what you got to do. And Mars has got to be Mars. And wherever your Mars is, you know, if it's like in like Scorpio or Sagittarius or with Capricorn, it's too intense with the Sun in Capricorn. It'll be all business and the Sun will take over and then you'll probably won't be. I mean, at least Venus has a good home in Capricorn, but I digress. You know, as a Saturnian person that you got to do what you got to do. And you will use your Mars to organize people. And just consider that you have an opportunity to connect with cool people and to be turned on in a great way by connecting with lots of people. And, you know, this is a horny Capricorn in bed who also wants to have a refinement, who wants to have a good partner. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you want to have a partner that's well-to-do in the financial sense as well as in the social refinement sense. Even in bed, Capricorn can be a brute, but this is a Capricorn that wants themselves and their partner to be more than just some primal beastly thing, you know? Something refined, something with just a bit more class, you know? It's my Capricorn voice, especially coming through the Mars and Libra. But anyway. It takes a lot in your charts to groom the British accent put to its best effect. I can't do accents. Anyway. So that was kind of piecing together a bit of both of these. Let's just have a word from Phyllis Vega, Erotic Astrology. This is the turn-ons and turn-offs and turn-offs specific to Capricorn Sun. And this is just Capricorn. That's what I'm bracing us for the reading of the combined reading of Libra and Capricorn, of the Mars and Sun. For now, this is just Sun and Capricorn. Turn-ons and turn-offs. Capricorns are inherently cautious and less likely to engage in casual sex than other signs. The Mars in Libra makes this way flirtier, kind of way can possibly, although it doesn't want to be, it wants to find the right one, but it'll flooze around until it finds the right one, and then the right one will be functional and practical, Capricorn, as well as my love, my true love, coming from this Mars and Libra vibe. It is Mars, so it's not as idealistic as Venus and the Moon, but it does prefer to have a partner who they love and can feel secure with. Mars seeks to secure its feeling of good, juicy energy connections. So it wants it could do a legit partner, this person. I mean, if you're poly, like I'm a polyamorous person, so all that means is that you would just want to have whoever you do connect with, the connection should be one that's secure and can ensure that you will have lots of juicy connections for time to come. That's what Libra wants. That's what this Mars in Libra wants. Libra is the sign of communication, right? So Mars wants to secure that with somebody, and they better be well-to-do as they are, being a Capricorn. So Capricorns are inherently cautious, and they don't do the casual sex thing as much. The more secure you feel in a relationship, the more likely you are to cast aside your inhibitions and follow the impulses of your sensuality. It's like once you know that you've snagged someone through the work and through what you are and what you've done, you begin to release into the person. Your distaste for public displays of affection helps you keep your powerful libido under strict control outside the bedroom. Even in private, it may take some encouragement from your partner before you, the Capricorn, loosen up enough to follow your wildest carnal impulses. However, once you get going, your approach to lovemaking is lusty and straightforward. Although basically conventional, the goat enjoys being courted and coaxed. Nothing turns you on as fast as a well-staged seduction scene with all the traditional trimmings, sexy attire, silky sheets, dim lighting, music, candles, and a properly chilled bottle of bubbly. The intensity of Capricorn's sex drive goes through cycles depending on workload and various mood swings. Your ideal lover senses your moods and intuits your shifting needs. The legs, and especially the knees, are very sensitive in Capricorn natives. Light stroking on the backs of your knees is guaranteed to stir your slumbering passions. During low periods, your partner may reawaken physical desire by trailing a large feather or a bit of fur over your skin, especially in these ultra-sensitive areas. The backs of your knees and all these parts, possibly your buttocks too, your butt. Although you don't normally require a lot of foreplay to get in the mood, you enjoy being caressed and pampered when you're feeling stressed, like a constant sort of thing. An erotic massage helps you relax and sets the stage for lovemaking. Where love and sex are concerned, the Capricorn cannot be rushed. Quickies don't really satisfy you. You prefer taking it slow and getting it right. Endurance is Capricorn's forte. Once aroused, you can keep going all night long. Energizer Bunny. You're proud of your sexual prowess, and satisfying your bedmate's needs and desires is as important to you as satisfying your own. So the Capricorn gets off just as much on the boss or the interaction that it's with. It's ruled by Saturn in the material world and what's outside of it. So if Capricorn feels like this person's getting on, like he can like empathize with it, he or she, they might just grit their teeth about it. So that was mostly just in the nature of Capricorn, and it's funny how even just Mars and Libra fits into a lot of these things naturally. I think what the Libra adds to all that is a bit of a lightness, a flirtatiousness, an ethericness that's not quite so heavy, lusty, and just like, oh baby, it's time to get it on. It's probably more constantly a little bit erotic, a little bit suggestive, and gets a bit of this thing out all the time, so that when it is time to rock and roll, it is juicy and it's refined, but it's the Venus, the Mars Libra here is kind of getting a juiciness out all the time. So it might not be as carnal, as crazy, completely surrendering at the physical, sensual level. Although it also, like, that's always going to be there for Capricorn. It's the relating that the Mars and Libra adds. A little bit of refinement. Let's read about it. This reading is now Sun in Capricorn with Mars in Libra. Relating comes naturally to Librans, and you may not feel complete without the companionship of a loving partner, especially the Capricorn too. The Capricorn increases that. Mars is right arm wants something on its arm. It's like Mars is the right arm of the sun, and the spirit, the noble essence of the self here in Capricorn, really wants a partner to just ground all of that. And they want it to be a loving one, because that's Mars in Libra helps get that through. However, you need to be with someone who shares your interests and goals. You have a laid-back but determined approach to lovemaking, and you take charge in a quiet, seductive way that leaves little room for doubt about your intentions. Your acute physical senses respond to beautiful surroundings, and a pleasant, graceful atmosphere turns you on. It's part of the Libra, the environment, the atmosphere. And you like to do it too, have all those trimmings. While you enjoy being admired, you're not especially free with flattery or compliments in return. Your ideal mate has the ability to see beneath the surface of your reserve to your true feelings. So the Capricorn has already got that stiff upper lip, but the Mars in Libra here wants to look refined, and those two might combine together to just be a very mysterious and kind of reserved person. And a good mate for this person is someone who, like, Mars is in Libra here. Mars is in the field of Libra. So this person might attract a partner who not pushes, but can see at least beneath the surface of this person that you're trying to be. The Mars is really projecting into the vision of what others see. It's combined with the ambition of Capricorn to really try to look good in everyone's eyes. And a good partner for you will see through to your deep feelings. It won't push you to change this reserve or this feeling of trying to look well to look good to everybody. They'll see that, they'll think it's cute, and they'll kind of call you out on it and talk with you about it, sort of thing, because the Mars is in Libra. It's like you are secretly looking for someone to do that and just talk with you, crack through sometimes, but not all the time. It's like this reserve that I only want you to break through like 20% of the time. Leave me alone from there. So anyway, I hope that was on point. I hope you guys dug that. That was Sun in Capricorn, Mars in Libra. I'm Dustin Cormier for How to Rock Astrology. See you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Thank you very much for watching.